You're looking at the Falcon 9 launch vehicle carrying the Dragon spacecraft for SpaceX's CRS-5 space station resupply mission. It's early Saturday morning at our launch pad at Space Launch Complex 40 in Cape Canaveral, Florida. I'm John Isbrecher, Falcon 9 Product Director. I'll be bringing you updates during the countdown and flight this morning. Falcon 9 is currently counting down. It's just over 15 minutes to liftoff. Liftoff is targeted for 4:47 and 10 seconds a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 9 hours, 47 minutes, and 10 seconds Universal Time. This is 3 seconds later than originally planned in order to avoid possible collision with orbiting hardware based upon our standard day of launch predictions courtesy of Air Force Space Command. Our launch window this morning is instantaneous. It'll last 1 second. This is typical for our flights to the International Space Station. If an issue forces us to scrub today's launch attempt, then our backup launch window is Tuesday, the 13th of January. T0 would be at 8 hours, 36 minutes, 18 seconds Universal Time. The SpaceX team is working on no issues at the moment. It's been a very smooth countdown. We have fixed the thrust vector control actuator issue that scrubbed our launch attempt on the 6th of January. The actuator was replaced and the unit checked out fine, both after it was installed on the vehicle and then again during this morning's countdown. Falcon 9 was horizontal on the pad yesterday, supporting updated loading of what we call late load cargo into the Dragon capsule. That activity finished up Friday morning. Falcon 9 was raised to vertical. Propellant loading began about T-minus 3 hours. We're now tanked with liquid oxygen and kerosene propellants. The Dragon spacecraft is quiet right now. The last major activity was performed at T-minus 40 minutes, and the Dragon team is waiting for terminal count to begin at T-minus 10 minutes. The Air Force is ready to support with tracking and range safety systems, and the weather currently is go for launch. We meet all criteria both at ground level and upper altitude winds. Probability of good weather is 90%. We're just watching the clouds that may drift over the pad as we get down towards T0. Now we're going to listen here at 13 minutes to the readiness poll for terminal count.
FTS.
FTS go.
Prop.
Prop go.
AVI.
AVI go.
GNC.
GNC go.
Ground.
Ground go.
VC.
VC go.
GC.
GC go.
RC.
RC go.
OSM.
OSM go.
Rock.
Rock go.
CE.
Go.
MD.
Dragon MDs go.
LD verify go to initiate terminal count.
Launch Director verifying go for initiate terminal count.
Proceeding with the countdown master auto sequence.
VCDC start the terminal count auto sequence set to start at T-minus 10 minutes.
Copy. Copy started.
If a hold is called from this point forward, the terminal count auto sequence will be aborted. Indicate an abort or hold condition by saying hold, hold, hold on the primary countdown net. In this event, the VC will immediately abort the auto sequence. The VC shall not abort the auto sequence after T-minus 10 seconds, and operators shall not call a hold after T-minus 10 seconds. If a hold is called, all operators proceed to terminal count abort Stetson section 10.61.
Now you've heard the SpaceX team give their go for entering the terminal countdown. Terminal countdown is a sequence in which the Falcon 9, Dragon, and ground computers control the final events in the countdown leading up to launch. Now this sequence will begin in just 1 minute at T-minus 10 minutes. Once we get into the terminal countdown sequence, you'll see pre-valves open to the 9 first stage engines, allowing fuel and liquid oxygen to flow to the inlet of the engine turbo pumps. Bleed valves are open, and that allows liquid oxygen to chill in the engines to prepare them for ignition just before T0. While you don't see the pre-valves open, we will probably get some view of the white gaseous oxygen coming out of the base of the vehicle. That indicates that liquid oxygen is now flowing, chilling in the engines. At T-minus 8 minutes, Dragon spacecraft will go to internal power. Inside of 6 minutes, the transporter erector will begin to retract from the vehicle as we pressurize the vehicle tanks and then bring back the erector. In the last minute of the countdown, we'll pressurize tanks to the flight pressures. Flight computer will command ignition and then liftoff. We'll do the final engine checks, and then the Falcon 9 and Dragon will be flying. So we're going to listen to the terminal count now, down to T0.
Sequence has started.
Terminal count has started. Dragon terminal count has started.
GCVC, stand by on fire X.
Standing by.
Standing by. RC, start the tracking camera video recorders.
Roger.
OSM, set launch enabled to flight.
Flight.
Pre-valves open, starting in 1D engine chill. Securing Dragon chilled water system. Setting up ground T-tip system.
T-minus 8 minutes.
ACS closeout started. Closing out stage 1 heaters.
T-minus 7 minutes.
Closing out stage 2 heaters. Falcon 9 switching to internal power. Ground CVC system setting up.
T-minus 6 minutes.
Tanks pressing for strong back retract.
F9 is on internal power.
Final M1D fuel bleed started. Upper cradle opening.
T-minus 5 minutes.
Starting MVAC TBC motion. Strong back lower started.
T-minus 4 minutes.
GNC verifies good TVC motion.
Strong back fully retracted.
FTS is on internal power. FTS is armed. T-minus 3 minutes.
Lock slowed closing out.
FTS and countdown. Check channel is solid and healthy on stage 2 and stage 1.
Helium fill closing out.
LD, verify go for launch.
SpaceX Falcon 9 and Dragon are go for launch.
Stage 1 tanks pressing to flight pressures.
Brock, verify ranges go.
Range green.
T-minus 1 minute. BCDC, verify F9 and Dragon arm startup.
Vehicles in startup.
Dragon doesn't start up.
Stage 2 tanks pressing to flight pressures.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Helium checkout being secured.
T-minus 20. T-minus 15. T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pitch kick is in.
OSMGC proceeds in section checkout 63.
Stage 1 propulsion signal.
F9 power and telemetry nominal.
T plus 60 seconds, altitude 5.5 kilometers, speed 250 meters per second, downrange distance 0.9 kilometers. Stage 1 propulsion continues to perform nominally. Vehicle supersonic has reached maximum aerodynamic pressure.
F9 power and telemetry still nominal.
Landing platform has received acquisition of signal.
MVAC has begun chill. Altitude 35 kilometers, speed 1 kilometer per second, downrange distance 14.5 kilometers. Plus 2 minutes 30 seconds. Altitude 58 kilometers, speed 1.8 kilometers per second, downrange distance 33 kilometers. And we have MECO 1.
MECO confirmed.
Stage separation confirmed. Flight computers at second stage.
Second stage acceleration confirmed.
And we have second stage ignition. Altitude 90 kilometers, speed 1.9 kilometers per second, downrange distance 67 kilometers.
Wallops Island, acquisition of signal.
Nose cone pyros have triggered.
T plus 4 minutes. Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal. Altitude 134 kilometers, speed 2.1 kilometers per second, downrange distance 135 kilometers.
First and second stage power and telemetry nominal.
Stage 1 is in boost back startup.
T plus 5 minutes. Altitude 166 kilometers. Speed 2.6 kilometers per second. Downrange distance now 225 kilometers.
We have stage 1 boost back shutdown.
Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal. Vehicle continues to fly down the nominal trajectory.
First and second stage power and telemetry nominal.
AOS at the New Hampshire tracking station.
We have stage 1 entry burn startup.
Stage 2 propulsion continues to perform as expected.
Stage 1 entry shutdown.
T plus 7 minutes, 15 seconds. Altitude 205 kilometers. Speed of 4.2 kilometers per second. Downrange
Stage 1 FTS is saved.
Vehicle
Stage
continues
1
down
is
normal
transonic.
trajectory. Stage 2 propulsion is still nominal.
Second stage FTS is saved.
Uprange assets have lost signal on first stage. Vehicles now at the horizon. T plus 9 minutes. Altitude 208 kilometers. Speed 6.9 kilometers per second. Downrange distance 850 kilometers.
Seco confirmed.
And
Flight
we have
computers in
Seco.
separation.
And we have second stage engine cutoff. Standing by for spacecraft separation.
Dragon separation confirmed.
Newfoundland, tracking station OAS.
Flight computers in post prime.
And as you can see, this Falcon 9 and Dragon have successfully entered what appears to be a good orbit. Dragon is separated from the Falcon 9 second stage. We're going to just stay with it for a minute while we wait to see video of the solar array deploy on the Dragon spacecraft.
Nav, I'm going to go ahead and MP 1.8. Sorry, I meant Sys2.
Newfoundland AOS.
Flight computers in array deploy. Sys1 emission A, sending bitmap of 20 for Omni-C, and Omni-B force on. CC to verify and lock.
CC verifies bitmap 20. Command is locked.
Command sent.
Avionics Global.
We have return of TDRIFT telemetry on Omni-C.
And we have nominal loss signal from the New Hampshire tracking station. Newfoundland station continues to source telemetry to the Launch Control Center.
Avionics
Global.
Well, as you've seen and heard, looks like we've had another successful launch of the Falcon 9 rocket and the Dragon spacecraft into orbit. It was a great ride from the Falcon 9, and then Dragon separated and you saw the solar array deployment. Right now, for those who are wondering about the first stage, we had data, but as we talked about in the press conference before launch, the Falcon 9 first stage goes over the horizon, so we lose data. And so right now we're waiting for the recovery team to provide information. We'll have an update on social media later on this morning on what's happened with the first stage. So for now, SpaceX, we're going to end our webcast, but remember to follow us online at SpaceX.com and on our social media pages as we continue through the remainder of Dragon's approach to the International Space Station over the next 48 hours. SpaceX would like to say thanks to our NASA customer and to the Air Force for Eastern Range and ground station support, and to the Federal Aviation Administration, as well as all of you who have tuned in to follow us with today's successful launch, and we'll see you for our next flight coming up in the near future. Thanks for tuning in, and good morning.